It's Thursday, December 21st, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From Reuters, Trump barred from Colorado primary ballot for role in U.S. Capitol attack. The Colorado Supreme Court has voted 4-3 to disqualify former President Trump from appearing on the state's primary ballot because of the role he played in the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. This is being seen as a very big deal, and it's likely the federal Supreme Court will speed run its own take on the matter sometime in the next 2 weeks, as the state has delayed the implementation of this judgment until January 4th to allow for an appeal. The general consensus amongst experts seems to be that although there's arguably firm legal basis for this ruling, based on a Civil War-era constitutional rule that says folks who engage in insurrection or rebellion cannot hold office, there's little chance of it holding up at the federal level, the wording of that rule potentially providing a toehold for those who might argue against its applicability in this case. Though if it did, we would likely see a cascade of similar cases in other U.S. states, which would substantially alter the electoral playing field headed into 2024's presidential election season. From Bleeping Computer, Xfinity discloses data breach affecting over 35 million people. Comcast Cable Communications, which owns internet, TV, and phone service provider Xfinity, has said that hackers who breached one of their servers back in October stole sensitive information pertaining to nearly 36 million of its customers. The company said that customer usernames and encrypted passwords were taken alongside other information like names, birth dates, secret questions and answers, contact info, and the last 4 digits of their social security numbers. The company has prompted its customers to reset their passwords and has said it's still looking into the extent of the damage caused and scope of the information stolen. This follows another recent hack of Xfinity in 2022, some of the victims in that case losing access to their crypto wallets and other online services as a consequence. And from BBC News, India opposition fury as 141 MPs suspended. On Monday, India's opposition party accused Prime Minister Modi of anti-democratic acts, following the suspension of 49 more MPs from their party from India's parliament, which means a total of 141 lawmakers from their party have been recently barred by the government. The most recent bans applied to MPs who were protesting the previous week's parliamentary security breach, during which 2 men broke into the parliamentary chamber, jumped up on tables, shouted slogans, and set off canisters of seemingly harmless colored gas. These protesters were arrested, as were 2 more who engaged in the same sort of protest at the same time outside of Parliament. And notably, this happened on the 22nd anniversary of an attack on India's parliament, which left 14 people, including 5 of the attackers, dead. These suspensions are being seen by many as indications that Modi and his party are attempting to disempower their opposition, booting them from government, headed toward an anticipated, but not yet scheduled, 2024 election. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.